Both of you, thank you. Because they both have the light off on the mic, you know you're all here to listen to the new edition. Mike Bivens, 40 years producing music that lifts our souls. And two of the great artists of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip hop in America, LL Cool J. By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's spent. And MC Lyte, both of you, thank you. Because they both have the light off on the mic, you know you're all here to listen to the new edition. Mike Bivens, 40 years producing music that lifts our souls. And two of the great artists of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip hop in America, LL Cool J. By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's spent. And MC Lyte, both of you, thank you. Because they both have the light off on the mic, you know you're all here to listen to the new edition. Mike Bivens, 40 years producing music that lifts our souls. And two of the
Whoever you are, wherever you are, I hope you are blessed and doing safe. Ladies and gentlemen, greetings, family. Of course, I'm tuning in. You see me without the glasses off today. But if you're looking for some opportunities, particular advertisement opportunities, then look no further at the link at the bottom to my email address. You can hit me up for advertisement opportunities. We are supporting and promoting your businesses here on this channel. You can also, if you would like to donate and subscribe to our Patreon, a link is at the bottom as well. So you have multiple ways in which you can advertise with the platform, by emailing me when we go on do our live stream. You also have access to premium content. Those that want to see premium content that you will not find here on YouTube or Facebook or Twitter, as I am suspended probably by now. You guys can check out the Patreon at link at the bottom. But advertisement opportunities, definitely email me, gavin.grich1@gmail.com for rates. And for the Patreon, it is the same as the YouTube channel. It is channel gboot2786. All right, I'll holla. Peace. I'm doing my live stream, Dad. What's up, family? What's going on? How we? Are you coming in? I got it. Sorry. How y'all doing, family? Welcome, welcome, welcome to another edition of Random Topic Tuesday. Excuse me, I'm distracted now. Here on Gboot 6, Gavin Richard, our backup channel on YouTube as well as Facebook, Periscope, whoever you are, wherever you are. I hope you are blessed and doing safe. Let's get it in. Let's get it in. Come on, we're trying to get more people to come in. I need you all right now. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Hit that like, share. Oh, you're going in there. All right. President Biden can't stop saying boy, can't stop saying racial shit. And thank you, Danielle. What's going on? What's going on? Come on in, comment section, all right? We got Danielle mine when I was playing the video. She said, sit your ass down. Thank you for your donation too, by the way, Danielle. I appreciate it. As you know, ladies and gentlemen, the channel is not monetized. So any contributions, anything you give to us, not that I'm begging, but is greatly appreciated. Keeps me, boosts my morale for one thing, keeps me going knowing that this is not in vain. Uh, I hope you all keep tuning in. Thank you. All right. What's going on? What's going on? Welcome, welcome, welcome. We got a few more people in here. I'm waiting for people to put something in the chat. I want you to hit that notification bell, ladies and gentlemen. Also, go to Amazon Kindle if you have not and purchase The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr., The Destruction of Due Process in the United States. You need to read this book. And the best way to do it is on Kindle, ladies and gentlemen. That is the cheapest way, actually, to do it, more affordable, because it's right on your phone. You can look at it. You can put it on your Kindle. Now, and hit that like, share, and subscribe button. We're going to do a poll tonight as well because y'all know what I'm talking about. You saw the video. If you haven't seen from the picture, I called this Biden's boys, his toys, for a reason. Of course, if you saw the video tuning in, the talk of the day has been what happened over this past weekend. The Congressional Black Caucus had their Phoenix Awards, which was celebrating the 50 years of hip hop. And there's been a lot of disrespect too going towards the black community from other groups, not just whites, and by that I mean those that are non-FBA, and I gotta say this, non-foundational Black Americans, the people from African descent, yes, I agree, from the diaspora, but who come to the United States and have disrespected Black Americans in particular. Something I haven't liked is what they've talked about hip hop. I actually saw Revolt TV. You all will be disgusted by the clip that's circulating from Revolt TV. I even had to comment on it where they're trying to give acknowledgement of hip hop to people like Kool Herc and who's Jamaican and immigrants like Latinos and so forth, which is an absolute flat out lie. Let's just call it what it is. It's provably false. Dwan B has done a great breakdown, especially of the music lineage, the music tree, its impact on, the impact of blacks in music, because we created music, R&B, not just R&B, rock and roll as well. Uh, Tariq Nasheed has talked about it, but yeah, Revolt TV had something like that. There's just been some constant disrespect against our people, and it's provably false. And you can't let this stuff slide. As much as I want to, I can't let this stuff slide. We can't let this go. And Revolt TV, let's not forget, isn't that is Diddy's? That's Diddy's thing. Yeah, they had a panel on hip hop. I'm trying to see where it is, but it was embarrassing. I haven't circulated that, but I'm gonna find it a little bit later. But we're gonna talk about what our main thing is what's going on with uh, Joe Biden and what happened there. When I see these things, especially these bookmarks, I had to bookmark it and come back to it before something else, before it gets lost or somebody releases, that way I can see it. But there's been, as I was saying, a constant disrespect of foundational Black Americans from both sides, and in particular, the President of the United States. Now, let's not forget, ladies and gentlemen, back in 2020, Joe Biden won the election, and he gave a speech where he was basically stating and applauding Black Americans, saying that they had our back. Y'all remember that? He said, I got your back. Hold on, let me see if I have that video right here. Joe Biden says, I got your back. And he thanked Black America for winning. Hold on. Y'all remember this?
To make this happen, but once again, America's bent the arc of the moral universe more toward justice. Kamala, Doug, like it or not, your family. You become an honorary Biden, there's no way out. All those of you who volunteered and worked the polls in the middle of this pandemic, local elected officials, you deserve a special thanks from the entire nation. And to my campaign team and all the volunteers and all who gave so much of themselves to make this moment possible, I owe you. I owe you. I owe you everything. And all those who supported us, I'm proud of the campaign we built and ran. I'm proud of the coalition we put together, the broadest and most diverse coalition in history. Democrats, Republicans, independents, progressives, moderates, conservatives, young, old, urban, suburban, rural, gay, straight, transgender, white, Latino, Asian, Native American. I mean it, especially those moments, and especially those moments when this campaign was at its lowest ebb. The African American community stood up again for me. You've always had my back, and I'll have yours. I said at the outset, I wanted to represent this campaign, to represent and look like America. We've done that.
Have you? He said he wanted this campaign to represent America. I've always had your back. I've done that. He said, Black America, I have your back. I couldn't have won this without you. You see, you reap what you sow. Many people warned you about voting for Joe Biden. But you were so scared of the orange man, as if you had never seen a racist president before. Like you've never experienced racism. Half of you, most of us, work in businesses, work right now, you work jobs with people you don't like. You work with people that are racist towards you. You don't complain, you don't do anything about it when they disrespect you or say anything against you. Why? Because you need that check. Donald Trump, in truthfulness, and look, this is not me I'm not a Trump supporter, but I have to call things how I see it. Trump has not been as bad to us as Joe Biden has. Actually, when he was in office, Trump didn't target us directly as far as impacting us. And so Trump right now, he's talking about if he gets elected, he's going to do this campaign to kick all these illegals out. And I'll be honest with you, I'm not in favor of having all of these people, illegal immigrants, into the country. I'm not. And I say that because, number one, it's affecting us. It does impact us because all of the jobs, the jobs especially are going to them, as well as they're getting free monies, labor. I mean, free, look what's going on in New York, how they moved up there, what's going on in Chicago. They gave millions of dollars. The city council approved millions of dollars to create shelters for illegal immigrants. And meanwhile, you have all of these homeless people like in Chicago, Los Angeles, New Orleans, my hometown, New York, everywhere in these democratic cities, and there are no shelters being built for them, some of whom are veterans. And Joe Biden and the Dems have been pushing this agenda and they use black flunkies to do so. But they have been pushing, the Democratic Party has been pushing this illegal immigrant agenda, and it hasn't benefited Black America. Hell, it hasn't even benefited all of America. It's gotten worse. It has greatly impacted the jobs, the economy, mainly because, the big thing about it, why I say it impacts the economy, is that you think about it, if you're spending all this money to house illegal immigrants, put them in shelters, now you're talking about putting them in homes, that money is coming from the people. You don't just have money to spend like that. So you're promising to give 13 million, 30 million, or whatever the amount is, like in Chicago or in New York. It's caused a problem. And they're bringing them in the black community where it's having the best impact. I get real on here, ladies and gentlemen. I don't care. If you don't like this channel, go watch Roland Martin. Shit. He gonna put that Biden is doing the great things. Now I wonder what he has to say. Since he's been on had the Democratic nutsack in his mouth for years, what does he have to say about the president calling LL Cool J a boy? And look, this is not the first time Joe Biden has done this. So I'll play the video again, and I'm going to show you some evidence. Biden has done this multiple times. All right, this is the video again. Let's look at it one more time. I'll play it for you. All right.
Great artists of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip hop in America, LL Cool J. By the way, that man's got biceps bigger than my thighs. I think he's spent. And MC Lyte, both of you, thank you. Because they both have the light off on the mic, you're all here to listen to the new edition. Mike Bivens, 40 years producing music that lifts our souls. And two of the great artists of our time representing the groundbreaking legacy of hip hop in America, LLJ Cool J.
Change the damn name right. This
By the
is
way,
marijuana's president.
that
This
boy's
is not
got, that man's got biceps bigger
years.
than my thighs. I think he's been.
That boy,
And
that boy
MC
is locked
Lyte,
up.
both of you, thank you.
Oh, I gotta get on MC Lyte in a second. He mentions MC Lyte.
Because they both have the light off on the mic, you know you're all here to listen to the new edition. Mike Bivens, 40 years producing music that lifts our souls.
So that's what he said. But this is not the first time Joe Biden has said this. We know that Joe Biden, ladies and gentlemen, yeah, physical reference. Remember the cockroaches on his lap with the kids when he was campaigning? It's not a gaffe. This wasn't a fraudulent slip. He has had this mindset for a long time. This was a man who spoke at Robert Byrd and Strom Thurmond's funerals, two of the most notorious racist. One of the Robert Byrd, a former Klansman. We know Strom Thurmond's history. James Eastland and John B. Stennis were his mentors. Two staunch segregationists. Go back, let's look. This is what I'm talking about. So this is not the first time he's done it. This is, I hate these ads, these pop-up ads. Okay, so this.
You got a hell of a new governor in Westmore, I tell you.
Westmore, just so everybody knows, was the first black governor of the state of Maryland. Now watch what happens.
Today, and you got a hell of a new governor in Westmore, I tell you. He's the real deal, and the boy looked like he can still play. He got some guns on him. Today, I'm proud to nominate David Chipman to serve as a director.
And look, even Cory Booker can, now that he was talking to Westmore. Westmore is the governor of Maryland. Oh, thank you. Oh, thank you, Master Biden. That big old smile. All that's missing is all the gloves. Just yee. Needs a hat. Yee. Cory Booker, Cory Bussy, as Tariq may say, but I'm not trying to get suspended again. But look, Cory Booker even rebuked Biden when he said this. He even came out, and y'all know Cory Booker goes hard for the Dems, but he even condemned Biden for saying this. He said, "You don't joke about calling black men boys," Booker said. He said Biden then called Booker. Sabrina Singh, a spokeswoman for Booker, said after the call, Cory shared directly what he said publicly, including helping Vice President Biden understand why the word boy is painful to so many. Cory believes that Vice President Biden should take responsibility for what he said and apologize to those who were hurt. Biden, in response, said, snap, apologize for what? There's not a racist bone in my body. This was when he was vice president. This was in 2023. This article. And this article is from 2023, but Biden in 2019 told the crowd on the campaign trail that he could work with all people, even those who he did not agree with. And his brother, and I have to say this: if this were Donald Trump, would this be getting any type of? If this were Donald Trump, I can imagine CNN would be on this 24/7. That's the thing that gets me. That's what should let you all know how biased and how crooked your news corporations are. That you have a president that would insult the black community, finds a way to continuously insult black people time and time again. Time and time again, he can say something and get away with it. Now, a brother by the name of Benny S., who has 88,000 followers, he said this back in 2023. Hold on, let me play this.
Excuse me if I come across a little bit perturbed right now, but I'm so sick and tired of Biden and his racism. There's a reason why I called him a segregationist in chief when I did my extended version of Make America Great Again. He is. He gets away with so much racism, and I don't know how he gets a pass every time he does it. It's beyond me. I don't get it. Just recently, this is what happened.
And you got a hell of a new governor in Westmore, I tell you. He's the real deal, and the boy looked like he can still play. He got some gun.
Boy, when it comes to a white male calling a black man boy, right? I know a lot of black people know this, and this is what pisses me off because they know this, and this is not the first time it's happened, and they still give him a pass to do it. Now, if this was Trump or anyone else has said anything like this, why does he get away with all this racism?
Okay. I don't know where is everyone. I'm shared this. You all got to hit that like, share, and subscribe button. Hit the notification bell when we go live. Hit that like, share, and subscribe button, Danielle. Share it, share it, share it. Let's go in. So you have that incident. And MC Lyte, now he's right. Why is Biden getting the pass for this? Now, interesting enough, did y'all know Charlemagne the God gave Biden the donkey of the day? He gave him the donkey of the day, but we all find it funny because it was your Joe Biden who went on the Breakfast Club and told Charlemagne the God that if you don't vote for him, you ain't black. And people took that as a joke, except Larry Elder, who came on the Breakfast Club. And look, I don't like Larry Elder at all. But Larry Elder was 100% correct. Hell has frozen over. Pigs are flying. I'm agreeing with Larry Elder. He was 100% correct on this regards that you as a black man have the ability and authority from God to think for yourself and not be influenced or swayed or dissuaded by others. You have a right to your opinion. We are not monolithic. We can all think differently. I agree wholeheartedly with that. The problem, though, again, with thinking differently is when your thoughts lead to actions, which are actions that hurt the common good. And that's the only issue I have with Larry Elder. That's the issue I have with Larry Elder. Some stuff he says can be correct, is correct about having fathers in the home and how we can start own businesses and companies. Black people were doing that before integration. But the problem is we still had to deal with segregation. We still had to deal with a racist government that had laws in place that prevented you from voting, that prevented you from going to schools in certain places, from eating in certain restaurants. I should have the choice to go wherever the hell I want to go. You have towns that prevented black people from going in there. What if you were driving late at night and needed to stop over, but you couldn't stop there because you were black? That was the purpose of the civil rights movement. And the Civil Rights Act of 1964 that people trot around saying that this country has changed, and that's proof of it. That act has been watered down so much, I don't even know if it has its same legs. So the poll I have for the day, ladies and gentlemen, I'm putting it on the YouTube channel. If it were Donald Trump, if Donald Trump called LL Cool J a boy, do you think the national media would be all over it? Not that Trump would care, but that's the poll. Do you think the national media would be all over it? There are still places like that today, yeah. There was still a video I saw where they still had the covenants, the restrictive covenants with these homeowner associations preventing blacks from moving in, still written in there. But this is not Joe Biden's first rodeo. Now, I mentioned MC Lyte because MC Lyte was at the award, and apparently she was present, and she responded in a post on Instagram. MC Lyte defended Joe Biden. Now I'm going to read to you, and I'm going to show it so you all can see what she had to say. This is what MC Lyte had to say. All right. She defends President Joe Biden over LL Cool J boy controversy. She said she thanked LL Cool J. And she said, "Thank you to all of my brothers and sisters for your love and your warm embrace as we celebrate the 50th anniversary of hip hop." She wrote, "First, I want to say that I have nothing but respect, love, and an admiration for my big brother LL Cool J, for being a pioneer in this business, for helping me write some of my iconic rhymes, and for inviting me to be a part of this tribute during the Kennedy Center as a high-ranking achievement which has only been bestowed to one hip-hop artist to date, to the GOAT, LL Cool J. I will forever thank, honor, and love him." And then she goes on. She said, "In regard to the recent outrage, the recent occurrence during the Congressional Black Caucus Phoenix Awards, while I do not condone any disrespect of any kind, especially to a black man we all love and hold in high regard, I must say I was actually there, and I do not believe President Biden's comments were malintended. He made a mistake I'm sure he regrets." No, he does not. He does not regret it. We already proved that. He said, "Apologize for what?" Remember when they asked, when Cory Booker even came, he said, "Apologize for what?" He called a sitting representative. He called Cedric Richmond from New Orleans a boy. He called him a boy, and he said, "That's my boy." I'll never forget that. Now, they tried to play it off. Oh, he was saying it like, "That's my boy, my homie," and so forth. Everybody's forgetting this man's history, or we just swept it under the rug. But she says, one of my fond memories is that of being in the presence of my elders when they make a mistake with a name, sometimes even my own. I pray we will pay more attention to this historic importance of this moment and the errors that were made in it. What we should all spend time focusing on is this. For the first time in history, both the President and Vice President of the United States together have acknowledged, embraced, and publicly shown their love and appreciation for a monumental achievement in hip hop. Let's try to keep showing each other love and grace. Long live hip hop. So, to MC Lyte, all it takes is Joe Biden and his wife, the Democrats, to invite you to a dinner and give you some give you some biscuits, give you some tokens. Somebody could disrespect you, but all you care about is the fact that they recognize this. That's all that matters. Hip hop. What is hip hop giving to the Black community? Let's be honest about it now. Yes, I love hip hop. I do. But what is hip hop today? Let's be honest. It's garbage. It's hot stewing garbage. It's not even controlled by blacks. That's the main thing. And you have MC Lyte saying this, and people were going in on her in the comments here on Twitter. One brother wrote, "So an old white dude mentioning hip hop is all it takes to get your support. I thought Georgie Borgie taught you about folks lying and playing, but I see you still haven't learned your lesson. Symbolism is not the solution to the wealth gap. Cash reparations is. Make no mistakes about it." He said, one sister wrote, Queen of Sheba wrote, "Make no mistake about it. He said what he meant and meant what he said. He's been hitting below the belt towards Black Americans since he got in office. The disrespect towards us is done on purpose." Says, as time goes on, more and more of our icons will expose themselves and fall from the grace we gave them. He said, don't be surprised if Todd Smith don't speak out against Biden's disrespect. LL Cool J, interesting enough, is a Republican. He's registered as a Republican. I haven't heard him say anything about it. But my thing with MC Lyte and my problem with her is that why are you speaking for speaking for the president? If it is a mistake, then let him say it was a mistake. Let him say he's sorry. Now, I know from his history, he's not going to say that because he has doubled down on his disrespect of the Black community before. I showed you and proved to you he did that earlier this past year, back in February. He said, apologize for what? There's not a racist bone in my body, says the man who signed the Three Strikes bill. The man who, authored the Three Strikes bill. The man who hung out with Strom Thurmond and James Eastland and John Stennis. A lot of these old conscious rappers, you got to understand, guys, a lot of people in the entertainment industry, especially blacks, are tied to the Democratic Party. They are tied to the Democratic Party. I saw Snoop Dogg even talking about how don't vote for Trump and all this. Y'all got to be stupid motherfuckers if you vote for Donald Trump. I mean, even Snoop. But Snoop is not. I like Snoop, but Snoop, I'll just say this. Go back 3 years ago when Kobe Bryant passed away and Gayle King made that remark when she was interviewing Lisa Leslie about Kobe Bryant and the rape allegations, and Lisa defended Kobe, and Gayle said, "Oh, you wouldn't have seen it," or something along the lines like, Lisa was saying that she had never seen that side of Kobe where he was violent to any woman or anything like that. And she said, "Oh, you didn't see it." And everybody clapped back at her. And Snoop Dogg went at her too. Snoop called her a funky dog-headed bitch. That I wish he would have called his next album that. Funky dog-headed bitch. I was so happy when he said that because Gayle King had been for years, her and Oprah have been talking about black men in a derogatory manner. And all it took was someone from I want to say who was that woman that said we had an army, we coming for you. Said we coming for you, Snoop, and Snoop had to apologize for that. Y'all know who I'm talking about. If you know, put her in the chat. Yeah, we're going in on this. So Snoop doubled down. Snoop doubled down. Snoop had to apologize, just like Stephen A. Smith when he talked about women and how they have to be careful with domestic violence. And we knew what he was talking about. But Donald Trump, yeah. But Snoop said, y'all stupid if you vote for Trump.
Ain't no fucking way in the world y'all can vote for Donald Trump when he come back up again. If y'all do vote for him, y'all some stupid motherfuckers. I'm saying that to y'all. And this punk motherfucker don't care. Don't vote for that nigga. Please don't. Look what he do. He just don't give a
He think Joe Biden cares. Does Joe Biden care, Snoop?
y'all honest, blue-collar, hard-working people and suffer. So if he
Yeah, so wait. You honest, hardworking, blue-collar working people and suffering. Donald Trump is not the president, though. Donald Trump is not the president. That's the thing. I'm not a Trump apologist, but Donald Trump is not president. Let's be real. He is not the president. You can't take that.
So if he don't care about y'all, he really don't give a fuck about us. So fuck him too. Fuck everybody down with Donald Trump. I said he gets Snoop Dogg. Fuck him. I just want to say this real quick. I don't know political shit. Ain't no fucking way in the world y'all can vote for Donald Trump.
Look, I can't get with I can't let celebrities. I don't listen to celebrities when it comes to voting or anything like that, especially when Puff Daddy had the vote or die. That was utterly stupid. I thought that was highly ignorant for a man who was a registered Republican, by the way, to talk about vote or die if you didn't vote for Obama or die. I remember this stuff like this was life and death if you didn't vote his way. Get the fuck out of here. Black people just started to vote in this country. Go back to W.E.B. Du Bois, 1956, Why I'm Not Voting, his speech that he gave. If no party is talking about representing and helping my people, guess what? They get no support, neither of them. Somebody raped your sister, you damn sure ain't gonna bail them out of jail if they get arrested. Why the fuck you gonna vote for them? The hell you doing? I'm being real with y'all tonight. We got to look at facts. We can't be guided. You know, that's emotion talking. What Snoop Dogg was saying, that was emotions. How many of them actually study what the person did? See, I break down numbers and facts. We look at it, the bills that were passed, I'm just being real, it didn't affect me, you know, Trump, and this is just true for this, the bills, and Judge Joe Brown has even talked about this, They haven't really affected. What he did was not that bad. His presidency wasn't as terrible as people make it out to be. Yes, his rhetoric was horrible. How he handled that situation, especially in Charlottesville, where they had the white supremacists, was terrible. Yes, he was dog whistling for them, but you have a party that's flat out saying they're not going to give you nothing. Why should I support that either? Don't tell me the lesser of two evils if I'm choosing not to vote for Satan, but I'm going towards Beelzebub. It's the same thing. It's the same damn thing. But look, this is the plan. This is a platform. They always do this where they want you to go out and vote. You got Kamala Harris holding collard green pictured holding collard greens like she about to cook, knowing damn sure well she ain't never cooked a collard green in her life. Closest she ever got was salad, and I was just rinsing it. Let's just be real. I would prefer if you say you had no connection. Hold on, have y'all seen the picture on Twitter? I would appreciate it if you just said, I don't know how to do this, so I have no connection with it, than just trying to pander for votes. Yeah. Y'all look at this. Okay. This is not real collard greens. First and foremost, collard greens I've never seen collard greens in my life to have a price tag on it. Where did you get these collard greens? This had to be a Whole Food collard green, Amazon Prime delivered. That's not the collard greens of old, ladies and gentlemen, that has a tag on it. You go in and get your collard greens, and it's dirty. It's dirty. It's got dirt all over it. That's collard greens. They don't come in a bag. You put that shit right in the Walmart bag and go pay for it and walk the hell out. This is collard greens. This looks like some overpriced this is overpriced cabbage. She's cooking greens. Y'all know that's just 3 big giant plant leaves, and they got lettuce at the bottom and that bag that's stuck in. They jabbed it in. Come on. But this is what it takes for black people to vote. I'll never forget, and I look, and they're gonna see this, but Brother Ricky Smiley. Shout out to our brother Phil Scott from the Africa this Diaspora channel. He did a whole breakdown, a 58-minute video, and if I could, with his permission, fair use though, I'm claiming fair use, I'm gonna play a little bit of the clip because he broke down, because Shannon Sharp and Ricky Smiley, Shannon Sharp interviewed Ricky Smiley on his podcast, but they openly talked, and Ricky admitted this, how he, D.L. Hughley, and Steve Harvey have worked together basically to get certain agendas done. And bear in mind, this is what's going to happen this year and in 2024. Listen carefully to what he tells Shannon Sharp. I want y'all to listen and understand what's going on, because this is what they do. They get black men, especially from, DL, I should point out, DL, Ricky, and Steve Harvey are all in the same fraternity. They are Omega Psi Phi. So, but of course, they know each other because they're in the comedy world. But Listen to Darren Comedy. And there's not a shot at them. Well, I'm going to just play this clip and I'm going to go back. But shout out to Phil Scott.
And the sad part about it, this is the sad part. If these brothers would get together and push things that we need in the community, that's the sad part. Why can't y'all three brothers get together and push what we really need, not a freaking Democrat Party? Because that's what you're pushing. The AKA POP, thank you for joining the Lion of Africa membership. Extreme X, thank you for the love offering. May the Lord bless you as well. So they get together and they are colluding. They're colluding together what agenda they're going to promote. And the agenda isn't an agenda for me and you. It's an agenda for them folks. Preferably the Democrat Party of them folks. But let's continue.
When we're trying to push something, an agenda, right? DL, Steve, and I, we stay on group text, right? Because we are DL and I, DL Hughley, we work for the same company, right? Steve worked for the other company, but right. We communicate, right? So, like Pastor Warnock and right.
All right, he mentioned Pastor Warnock. So you remember they had the election in Georgia. Let's get off the screen here. They had the election in Georgia, and Warnock should have won that very easily. He could not. It took to a point where it had a runoff election. Do you remember? And Herschel Walker was on his bumper, right? So they were pushing and saying, we gotta get Warnock. So this is what they do. They go behind the scenes and they tell D.L. Hughley and Steve Harvey and Ricky Smiley and anybody else that when you get on your platform, talk about Pastor Warnock. Now, I'm not stupid. I have Great Black Show say the agenda avengers. That's exactly what they are. He won't admit this, but I know how this is going to go. Some people will be like, okay, I'll talk about it, but what's that going to cost you? I know some money exchanging hands somewhere because that's it. Basically you advertising. So it's the campaigns of these people paying these brothers. Are they paying them? Thank you, Alvin Johnson, for joining our membership. May the Lord bless you as well. But let's continue because there's something else he said that maybe y'all caught, y'all didn't catch. Let's cue that back up.
Different people trying to help, but we always on the same page. Right. And we all.
Uh-oh. The last part right there. Hold on.
And we all.
And we're all Qs. Now, ladies and gentlemen, Qs. What are Qs? Those of you who are in the chat and those of you who desire to be in the chat as well, you could join and you could answer that question. What is a Q, ladies and gentlemen? What is a Q? Let's say I didn't know. Tell me what a Q is. I'll give y'all a few seconds.
Q is Omega Psi Phi. They're talking about the Omegas. And look, I know plenty of Omegas. That's what he's referring to. Steve Harvey, D.L. Hughley, and I said that earlier, as well as Ricky Smiley, are all in that fraternity. Bill Cosby is a Q dog, by the way. So was Steve McNair, Shaquille O'Neal, Shaq, Ray Lewis. Trying to think of who else. There are a bunch of people who are in that fraternities. I know plenty of them. I know plenty of alphas as well. My brother being an alpha. I know Kappas. I know Phi Beta Sigmas. I know females who are AKA, all of them. I know all of them. But getting back to this, that's what he was referring to. But yeah, when they want to push an agenda, they get to them. But I'll never forget Ricky Smiley, especially with Kamala Harris, like I said, I have a lot of respect for Ricky as a comedian, but when I saw him interviewing and on the phone with Kamala Harris, and she's singing Atomic Dog, which is the theme song for the Qs. That's all it took for him to support her. That's the way it came across. And I take Ricky Smiley to be smart, but the mindset of a lot of people, especially black folks, especially elderly blacks, is when it comes to voting, who do I know, what they look like, and how good they can do the two-step. That's all it comes to. Not the issues, not the facts. I have never heard any of these celebrities. I want you to think about it. I want you to think about it. I've never heard us when they've interviewed, even before Ricky Smiley, Tom Joyner, because I used to listen to his show a lot. He never really had any Republicans on. He did have a few, but but it was more in an antagonistic way. Uh, Never questioning them. Not to say that I was happy, like they had a fool like Armstrong Williams and uh, who's that? Steele. Michael Steele, the one that runs that Negro that always loses up in Pennsylvania. They had them on the platform and asked questions, but there was always from an antagonistic way. They had to push the Democratic agenda. They had to push an agenda for the left, although they would critique them. I got to say this, especially when they attack black folks. I'm glad some of them did correct them. I agree with that, but that was primarily what they're doing. They're pushing an agenda, and that's what Brother Phil is saying. And I'm finished. Let him play. Finish. Let me finish.
Tell me what a Q is. He said we're all Qs. What is it? Is it a charity? Is it maybe something or something like that? Is it that? No, it's not that. What it is what? Any of their fraternities or sororities, they are grouped in what? The boule. Yes, all of them. All eight fraternities. Yeah, Q dolls. We all know that. All eight fraternities, whether they admit it or not, say, oh, we not part of no boule. What you talking about? We have started our this and that. Well, okay, if you're not part of the boule, why all y'all click up together? Why all y'all practice this talented 10th Negro and everybody else is othered? Why is it that y'all have more vested interest in the Democrat Party? Because all of y'all do. You have a big vested interest in the Democrat Party, keeping black people on the Democrat plantation, not telling people just, hey, vote and then find something that's good for your interest. Hey, get ready to vote. Let's control our local politics. Hey, instead of getting together, right, in the mornings and saying what you guys are going to talk about. Randy Johnson, thank you very much. I greatly appreciate the super thanks.
So yeah, but that's what Phil is talking about. He's 1,000% right on it. I want to use all the video up, but the brother is talking about how they have this elitist mindset. Like you can't think for yourselves. And I was on college. I was one of the few people. I had thought about it, but I was never interested. I never did do any of the fraternities. Not to say that they're bad, but I'll never forget when I was up at Southern and I would go to some of the parties, and I think I've talked to y'all about this before, but there would be fighting between, like the Calphas and the Alphas, and I mean, it would be roughing each other up. It never appealed to me. I just never appealed to me. I thought it was like a game. And then they talked about getting hazed and stuff. Look, I went through hazing when I was at St. Aug. That's a fraternity for me. St. Augustine High School is a big fraternity if you went there. Same thing with, social clubs. If you're in Zulu or anything like that, that's a fraternity. But Boogie peddling crew. No, but that's what they push. And don't fall for that. You vote for who you want. I'm a man. I don't have to vote because that's what you want. I have a mind that God has blessed this beautiful head that you see, this beautiful body. I have a brain of my own to think, and so do others. Now, you want to be informed, you're going to go vote. Make sure you're informed about who you're voting for. I've always believed that. I've never said you should never vote, but I would say never vote. Do not vote for somebody if they disrespect you continuously and do nothing, and they promise to do nothing. And that is what's happened with the Democratic Party. That is what's happened why they get black folks up here like Ricky Smiley. And by the way, Ricky Smiley and D.L. Hughley, the radio station that radio company they work for, he was talking about is Reach Media. And Reach Media, I'm just reading here, they say on their website, courtesy of prnewswire.com, is they're the leading cross-platform media company with networks and syndicated talent, reaching a predominantly adult African-American audience of over 20 million on a monthly basis through broadcast, digital media, events, and initiatives. That includes the Ricky Smiley Morning Show, Russ Parr, I remember him, Russ Parr, The Morning Hustle, Get Up Mornings with Erica Campbell, The D.L. Hughley Show, The Willie Moore Jr. Show, The Nightly Spirit with Darlene McCoy, and the new program Love and R&B hosted by L.B. Shore, reaching 1 and 2 African-American adults weekly. Reach Media Incorporated provides a strong digital presence through BlackAmericaWeb.com. Black America Web, if you remember, ladies and gentlemen, that was the main website for the Tom Joyner Morning Show. And Tom Joyner, broadcasting legend Tom Joyner and CEO David Cantor is an Urban One community. Tom Joyner, by the way, is a Q dog as well. Now, I talk about Tom Joyner and how much he was a coward because Tom Joyner threw Bill Cosby under the bus. Tom Joyner would not have Andrew White on his program. Not only that, to speak on Dr. Cosby like he was guilty. He told Dr. Cosby he should just take a plea deal before trial even began. No evidence, no proof, nothing. And Bill Cosby used to, I've pointed this out, Tom Joyner had something called the Sky Show. He went to a town to help a HBCU. Bill Cosby did his show for nothing. Did it for nothing. I mean, you Negroes are punks. Even if you don't take a side, I'm not asking you to take a side, but to write an article saying just take a plea, put it out of your misery, without knowing all the facts. We're going to wrap this up, y'all. I wasn't going to be here too long, but yeah, politics, this is business, ladies and gentlemen. And you got to treat it as such. Would you, if your employee disrespected you in front of others, would you all keep him on? If you were an employer of a Fortune 500 company and your employee made disparaging remarks about you or said something you didn't like, disrespected you in front of your family, you would, because you could replace him, you fire him in a heartbeat. Then think of that with voting. Hold on a second, family. I'm about to wrap this up, and I'm on Twitter. I'm just looking in. What's up, Derek Bailey? What's up, One Who Cares? I'm gonna see if I can take a call before I get out of here. We got 10 votes in. 80% of you said that you believe the media would have been all over Donald Trump if the roles had been reversed. If Donald Trump were Joe Biden, I actually think the national media would be all over him. 80% said yes, 20% said no, which means there's 2 people who say they wouldn't have gotten on it. But I thought it was interesting, like I said, when Charlemagne, y'all can go on the Breakfast Clubs. I'm not going to share it because they'll put a copyright strike. But Charlemagne is calling Joe Biden the donkey of the day. But Joe Biden told him, if you didn't vote for him, you ain't black. And Charlemagne was a 42-year-old man. And Biden apologized to Charlemagne for that. But remember, if you have a problem figuring it out, if you're for me or Trump, then you ain't black. So before we get out of here, yeah, we're going to take a call. I'm looking online too, guys. Somebody has a video up. You know that I saw this with Kevin Hart. I got to talk about this on another time, but Kevin Hart made some remarks about the hood and why black people don't do credit. So listen to what he said. So he said black people in the hood. I mean, let me play this. Hold on.
If you look in the hood, there's liquor stores and check cashing places. You know why? Because they know that the people in the hood aren't smart enough to open up bank accounts. They're going to get a check, they're going to cash it, and it's a liquor store right next to it. Let's just put that around them. Let's also put a bunch of shit that's easy and cash available. We don't want you to gain credit. We want you to be cash driven. That's how we keep the poor poor. It's not until you understand that you get out. If you look in the hood, there's liquor stores and check cashing places. You know why? Because they know that the people in the hood aren't smart enough to open up bank accounts. They're going to get a check, they're going to cash it, and it's a liquor store right next to it. Let's just put that around them. Let's also put a bunch of shit that's easy and cash available. We don't want you to gain credit. We want you to be cash driven. That's how we keep the poor poor. It's not until you understand that you get.
Kevin, wow. Having credit card debt keeps you poor. Credit card debt keeps you poor. I don't agree with that. I agree. There's some. I see what he's saying. It's true, but it's also false. It is true that they put those businesses there, and yes, they do try to take your money, black folks' money. But the reason why people, especially stay poor, you also have to look at the fact that, okay, the people who come and put those liquor stores and grocery stores in, what do they look like? Mostly they come from Asia, particularly Vietnam or Korea, especially after, I want to say, starting in the late 70s, early 80s, they started to put these convenience stores up. We had a surplus of them in the 90s. The gas stations, we all know that. And the reason they're able to start and do that, let's look at that. You mentioned credit. They're able to get a line of credit from their banks overseas or here in the United States. And if they act out of line, they have a visa that can be revoked. African Americans, Black Americans don't have the visa. We were born here. We are foundational, hence foundational Black Americans. So they can get all of these things because they have other people they have the ability to have people vouch for them. And they know if they get out of line, what can happen to them. So they don't. But I definitely don't think, I understand about, he says, I understand what he's trying to say. But there are people who made it out the hood. I don't know if he was saying, are you trying to say people aren't smart enough to have bank accounts? That doesn't sound good, Kev, to me. I mean, yeah, we got some knuckleheads out here, some dumb ones who don't know what they're doing. But right now, a lot of these celebrities, I don't know what he has a right to his opinion. Let's just put it that way. But I mean, like I say, celebrities, I don't go for them for advice, especially financial advice. A lot of celebrities, remember, they go broke. They've spent all millions of dollars. Now, I don't think Kevin is like that, but this woman said, Kevin Hart basically said, black people in the hood are stupid. Get this nigga out of here. And some people say he's not lying. Somebody said, for those who think he's right, ask him to open up a credit union in the hood and educate the people. It's easy to look down on people when you're standing on a ladder. That's all. That's y'all guy. Somebody wrote. Kevin Hart's not going to put money. You know, I will say this. Yeah, he's entitled to his opinion. And yes, I hear what he's saying. And this is not me attacking Kevin Hart. But yeah, why don't you put some? Do y'all think Kevin Hart will put money up? Create his own hood, create his own bank? As they say, nut up or shut up. He ain't gonna put his money up. We're gonna take some calls before we get out of here. What? Yeah, I don't know. I'll have to talk about that in another day. So I say, somebody get this little nigga. I think I'll put it to you like this. He's half right. He's missing some important information, though. I'll put it that way. He's not totally wrong, but he's not totally right. If that's the best way I could put it. Come on, y'all. Let's take a call. 656-6760. 504-656-6760. Waiting for y'all to call in. I mean, nobody's going to call in. I see this too. They say Drake is about to tie Michael Jackson for having a #1. This is the best tweet of the night for me. Look at this. Someone wrote, Drake is #1, is one hit away, one #1 hit away from tying Michael Jackson as the male soloist with the most #1 hits. And somebody wrote, the difference is that Kyle wrote, the difference is that I won't be listening to Drake when I'm 65, but I'll still be listening to Michael Jackson. Somebody said most people don't listen to Michael, but listen to Drake. And a guy wrote, most delusional sentence I've ever heard. I got to say, look, everything y'all are looking at, This is like it's like the same people who say Taylor Swift is the greatest entertainer, like that dude Schultz who was saying she was better than Michael Jackson. Everybody knows he's full of shit. Taylor Swift could not even accomplish one thing that Michael could. Now that's not to say she isn't a talented artist. Yeah, I give her that. But to say that she's the next Michael Jackson, to say Drake is the next Michael Jackson, is asinine. Michael Jackson had to actually sell music albums. It's easy to go and listen to something on Spotify or iTunes now. If you got a subscription to Pandora or a subscription to Spotify or iHeartRadio, it's easy to go listen to it. You don't have to go in a record store and buy an album. That was hard to do. Michael Jackson did that. Yeah, remember the time? Michael Jackson's videos and the messages that it contains are as unapologetic as it gets. Yes. Look at this. World's best-selling album of all time, Thriller. World's best-selling remix album of all time, Blood on the Dance Floor. World's best-selling double disc album of all time, Michael Jackson History. I had the cassette tape. World's best-selling New Jack Swing album of all time, Dangerous. Most famous dance move of all time, The Moonwalk. Most successful music video of all time, Thriller. 3 of the highest grossing world tours of all time. Bad, Dangerous, and he had Bad, he had Dangerous, and I think the History tour. Yeah. I mean, the greatest ever, yeah. 1 billion records sold, 800 plus awards, 39 Guinness World Records, 5 living legend titles, 80 overseas records, hundreds of local records, 2 doctorates, 758 sold out concerts, 13 #1 hits, Hot 100 singles, 7 #1 albums, 1 triple diamond album, best-selling album, 5 of the best-selling albums of all time, 118 plus RIAA certificates, 3 highest grossing solo world tours, 17 different Hall of Fame inductee, 2 stars at the Hollywood Walk of Fame, 2nd most impersonated artist, 19 wax figures at Madame Tussauds, 2 wax figures at the Grieven Museum, artist of the millennium, biggest global megastar, Michael Jackson, the greatest ever. Facts. Good job on this. Whoever did this one, I applaud you. I gotta do my impression for the Michael Jackson impression. No, Michael was gangster. Michael was, off stage. I just want to help the children. When he's on stage, I just want to help the children of the world, who all believe in you and hope I love you all. But off camera, look, you better have my fucking money. I'm gonna get Bubbles to slap your bitch ass. You don't have all my publishing. I want the Beatles. I want it all. He got Steve Harvey. I want the damn Beatles. I bought the Beatles ass. See, y'all don't know what I done did. I own the Beatles and I got Elvis's music. I'm going to get Lisa Marie Presley. I'm going to marry her ass. We're going to have little black polka dot baby. We're going to have little black babies running all damn up here. All up in Graceland, all up in Neverland, all up in your land. every land. We're going to be like Jasper, Isley, and Jasper. Isley, Jasper, and Isley. Join the caravan of love, because I'm making love in every land to Lisa Marie. He should have got her pregnant. He had gotten Lisa Marie pregnant. That would have been a great day. Elvis would have turned over in his grave. Oh, 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 would have been, oh. You scratched my daughter. We'd have known if Elvis was alive. He had gotten her pregnant. Hell, he called in to Jerry Springer. Somebody claiming to be Elvis. I'll never forget. They asked Elvis on the phone, "What do you think of Lisa Marie Presley marrying Michael Jackson?" The brother asked him, and the audience erupted, and the brother was like, "Yeah, yeah, yeah." He's like, "I love Michael." I gotta find that. So we got 12 votes. 83% of you say yes. 17% of you say no. Going about Donald Trump. I'm gonna end the poll right now. We're gonna wrap this up since nobody's calling in. But yeah, I'm trying to find it. Oh man, y'all also be careful. Watch the Halloween. Watch the Halloween show, the Halloween decorations, because out in Texas, they have this protest over some decorations. They always do with Halloween decorations. White folks actually go all out crazy, and you'll see stuff like this. So I don't know what happened here, but yeah, they're protesting because one of the decorations is like black people hanging from trees. Yeah, they'll do that.
This is absolutely a disrespectful slap in the face to an historically black community. For some people outside of the community who don't look like those who live to move into this historically black neighborhood and to create this as a Halloween decoration. The emphasis of black men hanging from a tree, upside down. We are a people who have been lynched in this country for hundreds of years. The shameful and wretched legacy of lynching of black people exists in this country. But to come into a black community and move in, and this is the welcome that you give us, we want to send this man a message. This is unacceptable. This will not be tolerated. This brings back painful memories for many of our elders who live in this community, who lived through lynchings. Some of the members of their family were lynched. They come from towns where lynching took place.
So, yeah, they do that shit around this time of year. Facts. White people, we don't want to see you in sheets. Retire them, especially for Halloween. All right, family, we're going to go ahead and wrap this up. I want to thank you, ladies and gentlemen, and I will see you all in the next one. Be one, be safe, be blessed. If you all love to support this channel, you think you enjoyed yourself, pay me for my time, ladies and gentlemen, at the ticker at the bottom. The Cash App right there where it has my name, Gavin Richard Esquire. That's the Cash App. Drop something in there, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to wrap it up. It's been a good talk. I will see you all. If I may not have a show Thursday, I will let you all know. I'll put a post out. But we'll drop something in the chat. All right. Also, donate. You can purchase a book, The Commonwealth of Pennsylvania versus William H. Cosby Jr. on Kindle. That's also another way to support. So you got several ways, ladies and gentlemen. And you can also join the Patreon for exclusive content. All right. Be one, be safe, be blessed. Peace, family. We had hump day right now. The weekend is Weekend is not far away. Peace out.